Hello to all class 9 students. Class today I will discuss the project list of commercial studies for class 9th. Important points to note first are the first point is this, that prepare any one project from the given topics. I will write or I have written some projects on the whiteboard, and you people have to make any one project on commercial studies in the file. Project should not be less than 20 pages. Your project should not be less than of 20 pages. Many children, they make very thin projects, which is not correct. At least make a project of 20 pages. Proper explanation, picture, graphical representation can be used. When we say graphical representation, I mean to say some type of graphs, some types of bar diagrams, or other sort of graphical representation should be there. So children, here are some of the topics. Whichever topic you like the most or you feel convenient, you can prepare that project. The first project is sales and selling process. It is related to sales and the way we sell. You have to explain about sales and selling process, distinguish between marketing and sale. You have to mention the difference between marketing and sale. What is the difference between marketing and sale? Then you have to distinguish between advertising and personal selling. Advertising, how advertising is done, you have to write. Then you have to explain about the personal selling. Then you have to describe the qualities of a describe the qualities a salesman should have. You should also tell in your project that what are the qualities that a salesman should possess. So this topic is related with sales and selling process. You have to explain about this project or about this topic in your project. Now students, so children, the project number 2, the topic 2 is define communication. Give its feature, mention elements of communication. What is the relevance of communication for a commercial organization? Explain the functions of communication. Again, I'm repeating, define communication. You have to define communication. You have to write down the features of communication. Then elements of communication. What are the elements of communication? What is the relevance of communication for a commercial organization? That means what role does communication plays in a commercial organization, and explain the functions of communication. This is a project 2, and the third is, this is related to market. Define marketing. Explain any 4 objectives of marketing. You have to explain any 4 objectives of marketing. Give importance of marketing. Mention any 2 functions of product line. Right? This is another topic. So, children, the fourth topic is, what is trading account? State the objectives of preparing trading account. Distinguish between balance sheet and trial balance. So in this topic, you have to tell what is trading account. In detail, you're going to tell about the trading account and why it is used, what are the objectives, why we are preparing trading account, हम बना क्यों रहे हैं उसको, and क्या difference होता है balance sheet के बीच में और trial balance के बीच में, and you are going to use some pictures or some tables to explain it. Your fifth project is what are restrictive trade practices. What are restrictive trade practices? Define unfair trade practices. Discuss the role of MRTP Act. What are the rights of consumer? So here you have to discuss about कि कुछ ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस होती हैं जो रिस्ट्रिक्टिव है, जिन्हें नहीं किया जा सकता, वो कौन सी हैं, और अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस हम किसको कहते हैं, कितने तरह की अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिस होती हैं, और हमें MRTP एक्ट के बारे में बताना है आपको, और MRTP एक्ट क्या है, कब स्टार्ट हुआ, MRTP एक्ट क्या कहता है, व्हाट डज MRTP एक्ट से, देयर शुड बी अ डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑन MRTP एक्ट. And then what are the rights of consumer? Consumers also have some rights, and these rights are granted to them for protecting them. So what are these rights? We're going to discuss them in detail. Remember that not less than 20 pages there should be in your project, right? This project is for 20 marks, so take it very seriously. Project number 6, which is the last project. This is your what are commercial banks. Discuss in detail the functions of commercial banks. So you have to tell here कि commercial banks क्या होते हैं, और आपको discuss करना है in detail the functions of commercial bank. Commercial banks के काम क्या क्या होते हैं, क्या काम वो करता है, इसको आपने डिटेल में डिस्कस करना है. So I hope all the project topics are clear to you. Start completing your projects, and before the reopening of school, your all projects should be completed. That means of economic applications and commercial studies. Again, I am repeating that don't make a thin project. At least minimum number of pages should be 20, and there should be use of graphical graphs, diagrams, tables. This all should be there in your project. And we are already done with our 2 chapters in commercial studies. Now we'll be starting with economic application in the next class. So the next class will be of economic application. Now we'll be completing 2 chapters of economic application, and then later on we'll start with commercial studies now. So we are going to do alternate ways. Each time we are going to complete 2 chapters of each subject, and then we'll move on to another subject. Right? Economic application will also be taught by me only. So let's see you in your next video, children.